Hi everybody, welcome to Victor Growth. My name is Vijay Jagadeesh. In this class, we are discussing about Preamble, the first chapter of the Indian Constitution. We'll be covering all the topics of Indian Constitution like fundamental duties, fundamental rights, Parliament, President, Constitutional bodies, everything we'll cover. We're starting with the Preamble. Let us go into it. So the soul of the Constitution, the soul of the Constitution, the philosophy of the Constitution, the identity of the Constitution, guiding light of the Indian Republic. This is what the introduction to Preamble. Okay, so in this we'll discuss about what is respect to Preamble and how it is significant for UPSC. So identity card of the Constitution. Okay, this is said by N.A. Palkhiwala. Okay, Palkhiwala. The Preamble is a preface that reflects the. Now this is very important word. Please note down this point. And in all my classes, you should have a notebook and the pen, and you should note down the points. Okay, we should aim at least getting 1 mark from every video, or we are coming closer to our dream of clearing the UPSC. So, Preamble is known by the name Preface to the Constitution. Like you take any book, you take Lakshmikant or any book, the first there will be preface. Okay, it's like that in our Constitution, the first page is a preface, and that is nothing but the Preamble. Okay, it reflects the minds of the framers of the Constitution. This also please note down. Okay, they call Preamble as a key to the minds of the makers of the Constitution. Like what was in the minds of the makers of the Constitution, what was in their mind, that we can understand by reading the Preamble. Okay, it does not grant any substantial power or right. In fact, Preamble is not justiciable. Please note down that point. Preamble is not justiciable. It does not give any right or any power to anybody, but it is a guiding light. Please note down. Please note down guiding. I'm trying to improve my handwriting. There's a lot of suggestion. Sir, we are not understanding. I'm just trying. Okay, guiding light for interpreting of the Constitution. What is inside the Constitution? If you want to understand that better, then you have to understand the Preamble and read the Preamble again and again. Okay, so what are the points we are taking? It's a preface to the Constitution. If you want, you can write introduction to the Constitution also, you can write. Now, Preamble is having these are the concepts under the Preamble. There are 4 pillars you can say. It is the source of authority. See, Preamble is nothing but something written in the paper. The entire Constitution for that matter is written in the paper. Okay, so why should I follow it? Why should I respect it? Why should I obey it? Okay, who is giving that authority to this document? Okay, people are giving. So this can be a question asked in the several exam. What is the source of authority, or where do you find the source of authority? Okay, the Preamble starts with "We the people of India." Getting the point? The Preamble starts, "We the people of India." So people are giving this Constitution to the people themselves. Okay. Then it also talks about objectives of the Preamble, objectives of the Constitution. You can say justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Please write down that. Okay, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. And what type of India is? What is the nature of the state? Okay, somebody is asking, oh, there is a country called India. What kind of country is this? Is it a democratic country, dictatorship country? It is a kingdom. Okay, or what this one secularism or any kind of religion. So if somebody is asking what kind of India is, what is the nature of the state, then it is given in the Preamble. It is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republic. Okay, each of this we have to discuss in detail, and also in the Preamble we can understand the date of adoption of the Constitution. 26 November 1949 is the date of adoption of the Constitution. Okay, so these 4 things or 4 pillars of Preamble you should know: source of authority. 1 minute. Okay, source of authority, objectives of the Constitution, nature of the state, and date of adoption of the Constitution. Clear? Now, objective resolution. This word is also very, very important. Now, Jawaharlal Nehru, when he brought this concept as a thing to be included in the Preamble, into the Constitution, he did not use the word Preamble. Okay, so he used the word objective resolution. So objective resolution was introduced in the Constitution by Jawaharlal Nehru. Please write down the date also, 13th December 1946. On 13th December 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru introduces a document. Let us add this also into the Constitution, and we call it as an objective resolution of the Constitution. Okay, so at that time it was known as objective resolution. On 22nd, please write down the date, 22nd January 1947, the Constitutional Assembly unanimously adopts the resolution. The unanimously means everybody is supporting it. Nobody is saying no, we don't want. Everybody is saying yes, we want. Okay. On 26 November 1949, there's an adoption of the Constitution. The Preamble is enacted laws to ensure that alignment with the final. So this is one question I saw in one of the questions. Preamble was not introduced in the first or the beginning of the constitution making itself. It was introduced in the last only. Okay. For example, I'll just simply, you remember this. You make a record of something. You create a record. Then the index is brought later only, so that it is aligned with the book. It's not like you create into the index, then you create the content though. So you create the content, then you bring index. Likewise, the constitution was created, later it was added. The preamble was added. So it will be very important point. I saw this somewhere in some other UPSC exam. Please note that the preamble is enacted last to ensure that alignment of the finalized constitution. On 26 November 1950, date of commencement of the complete constitution. Okay, so the date of adoption of the constitution is on 26 November 1949. The complete constitution comes into force on 26 January 1950 when India is becoming a republic. Okay. So in this slide, what is the point thing you want to understand? Objective resolution was the name first given. Who brought this? Jawaharlal Nehru brought this, and it was unanimously adopted on 26 January 1947. And November 26, 1949, the constitution itself was adopted. These are the main point. Now here, this I'm again repeating. The preamble was enacted after the entire constitution was drafted to ensure it perfectly summarizes the final statute. Statutes mean laws. Clear? Let us go to the next one. Now this is the original. We can't say original. The present preamble. And you have to memorize this preamble. Okay. It starts with "We the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic, and to secure all its citizens." Please, you have to remember, you have to ratification you have to do. Okay. You have to learn this, but over the time you can understand. It's not like first day itself you can learn this. Justice we are giving. What type of justice we are giving? SEP. Please write down in your notebook. SEP. Okay. Social, economic and political justice. Liberty we are giving. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Then equality we are giving of status and opportunity. Fraternity. Fraternity means what? It means brotherhood. Okay. Like we have a pledge, India is my country, all Indians are my brothers and sisters. That is a fraternity, belongingness, okay, brotherhood. This one taken from France, or you can say French Revolution. It was taken from French Revolution. I'm trying to improve my handwriting. Please tell me. Okay. And assuring the dignity of individual and the unity and integrity of the nation in our Constituent Assembly. Please look at this. 26th day, November 1949. Do hereby adapt and give ourselves this constitution. Now, this is a point. We the people of India. We the people. It starts with we the people of India and ends with give ourselves this constitution. That means people are giving the constitution to themselves. That is where the authority of the constitution comes from. That is the people of the country. Okay. So source of authority, I already told you. Okay, the people of India, we ourselves give this constitution. That means people are giving to us. Okay. So this word, please write down. Okay. See, this is possible that preamble can be prelims question as well as mains question. So prelims question may be easy, kind of factual question, not justiciable, what is mentioned in the preamble like that. But mains one little philosophical in nature. Okay, for example, popular sovereignty. The word is exactly not mentioned there. They are mentioning about sovereign. Popular sovereignty means people are the supreme. Or you can say democracy also you can say. Okay, popular sovereignty derive the form at the will of the people. At the will of the people. Okay, will of the people is the supreme we are saying. Okay. Then self-given. Self-given means what? It's given by the people to themselves. It's not like, see, in fact, in 1927, there was a Simon Commission coming to India saying that we are making constitution for you and you accept this. Okay. That time itself we rejected. We said, we will make our own constitution. Who are you to come and give a constitution for us? That is why in 1928, Nehru report, Motilal Nehru created India's first constitution. Okay. So it is not given by anybody else. Like British Parliament has not created a constitution for it. It is the Indian Parliament created this constitution. Okay. Then democratic polity, that is I told you, okay, we do not have authoritarian. People are the supreme power. Okay, so these are the other things you can say. Okay, source of authority is the people, no doubt about it. It is a self-given popular sovereignty. People are the supreme authority in this. Okay, now each of this word is also important. Okay, what is the first word? Talks about sovereign. I choose just a comparison. Today India is sovereign, but before 1947 India was not sovereign. So what does mean? In 1947 and before, we were under a foreign rule. We cannot decide what we want. We have been decided by somebody else sitting in London. Understood? So that time India was not sovereign. But today India is a sovereign. That means we can decide on our own. For example, USA is saying don't buy Russian oil. We will still buy. Understand? They are saying the Chabahar port don't develop. Okay, we're still developing it. Understood? So we decide what is good for India. We are not being driven by anybody externally. But there is no pressure on somebody, pressure of somebody on India. So India is completely independent. Sovereign means completely independent. It has got a supreme authority. It is not a dominion of any external power. Okay, how many of you know that on 15th August 1947, when India became freedom, at that time India was not a sovereign country. Okay, India was created as a dominion only, so that our constitution becomes enacted. Only then we become a sovereign. But officially on 15th August 1940, India was still a dominion status. That means it was under the British rule. Okay, so dominion, we are not a dominion of any other country. India is ruled by itself on its own. We are free to conduct our own foreign affairs. I told you Russian oil case or Chabahar port in Iran. Okay, and our membership in UN or Commonwealth or voluntary. Tomorrow we don't want to be part of UN, we don't want to be part of UN, we can withdraw, or a Commonwealth or any other organization. Okay, so even Paris Agreement, whatever agreement we are doing, it's what is good for us, we will decide. So sovereign means nobody is controlling us from externally. We are controlling ourselves, we are regulating ourselves. We are the supreme authority to decide what is good for us. Okay, so sovereign means complete independent. We are not under any country. Okay, socialist. Socialist should not be confused with socialism. In Russia, we had socialism where every economic activity will be done by the government only. Okay, from bread making to aircraft making, only government companies can do. Now they have changed. Okay, during USSR, okay, during Lenin periods, Stalin period and all, we had a complete socialism, extreme form of socialism, communism and all we had. But that is not there in India. Because in India, what we are having is a mixed economy. Okay, so socialist is not socialism. In your notebook, please write down clearly. Socialist means not socialism. India is having democratic socialism or Gandhian socialism, you can say. Gandhian socialism. Mixed economy means what? I'll give an example. BSNL, I don't know how many of you are using it. Okay, I'm not using it. BSNL is still there. It's a telecom company. Okay, then Jio is also there. Understood? One government company is there, one private company is there. This kind of coexisting private and public, we can call it as a mixed economy. Okay. Or another example, I'll tell you. Okay. HDFC is there, which is my bank account. Okay. Then we have this one, SBI, in which also I have bank account. Okay. So SBI is there, which is the public sector undertaking. We have HDFC private bank. So both can coexist. So India is having a mixed economic model. Okay. So socialist means not socialism. You can say it is an opportunity. Anybody can start a business. Okay. The goal is to end the poverty, to end the ignorance, to end the disease, to end the inequality of equality of opportunity. Tomorrow, legally, any business you can start. Nobody comes and says that, oh, you are from North India, you cannot start a business here. Okay, you are from South India, you cannot start a business here. Okay, or you want to run a coaching institute. How can you run a coaching institute? Okay, oh, you want to start pakoda, pakoda shop, pakoda wala. Okay, anything you can start. Okay, any economic activity which is legal, you can start. So equality of opportunity is what the socialist mean. We are not a socialism country. Keep in mind. Okay. Now secular. Is India secular? Of course, India is a secular. In 1928, now I told you, Nehru report. Motilal Nehru created this. At the time itself, India was a secular country. Okay. Now, this secular word was not originally present in the constitution. It was added by 42nd Amendment Act. So that means somebody will come and argue with me. Okay, I've seen some students again. So 1976, by 42nd Amendment only, we have added the secularism. Okay. So India was not a secular before this. No. Secularism is a fundamental right. Okay. It is a fundamental right. Article 25 to 28. It is a fundamental right. Understood? So either this word was in the preamble or not in the preamble, India was still a secular country. Now somebody has said secular, you are saying what is secularism? Okay, secularism means, okay, all this you can say Christianity, this I don't know, okay, Islam, okay, if this is Hindu, all religions exist together, okay, and more importantly, the government will not support any particular religion, and they will not discriminate anybody in the name of religion, or the government itself will not have any religion. Okay, what is India's? If you have a passport, take the passbook and see. It is known as Republic of India only is written. It's not like Hindu Republic or Islamic Republic. Sikh Republic is not written. Go to Pakistan, Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Okay, even Bangladesh also Islamic Republic of Bangladesh. Okay, so the religion is disassociated with the government or the state. That is what the secular. Okay, so secularism means India has a positive secularism, means everybody can follow any religion. Okay, negative secularism means you can in foreign countries, Western countries, we have secularism where you can follow any religion, but publicly you cannot show any of your religious symbols. You can't wear a cross, you can't wear a turban, that kind of problem. But India has got a positive secularism. Tomorrow you invent a new religion, allowed. Understood? So anybody can show their religion, anybody can propagate the religion, anybody can come and publicize the religion, anybody can tell their religion. Okay, all these are possible. Okay, so positive religion, the state has no official religion. The state have no official religion, but protects and respect all religion. Secularism in India. Okay, secularism means all religions are given equal importance. All religions are given equal importance. There is no any discrimination or there is no any privilege for any particular religion. Okay, so secularism, but this was not originally present in the constitution. It was added by 42nd Amendment Act in 1976. Then India is a democratic country. Of course, India is a democratic country. Okay, we vote every 5 years or whenever the elections are coming, we are voting. We are electing the rulers. Okay, so India is having something like representative parliamentary democracy. Representative means it is not a direct democracy. It is an indirect democracy. It is an indirect democracy. What do you mean by indirect democracy? I elect MLA, I elect MP. They will rule the country. They will form the government. They will make the rules. Okay, so India has got representative parliamentary democracy. We do not have direct democracy. Okay, and we also follow something called universal adult franchise. What is universal adult franchise? Okay, either male, female, or transgenders. Okay, whoever has attained the age of 18, they are eligible for voting and they are voting in India. Okay, so anybody above the age of 18 can vote in India is what is known as universal adult franchise. Okay, then periodic election, normally 5 years. Okay, rule of law. Rule of law means including government has to follow the rule. Okay, there are occasions or there are countries where king is there, queen is there, they need not follow the rule. Whatever they say is the rule. Not like that. We have a constitution. Rule of law is there. Independency of judiciary is there. Independency of judiciary. In case government is doing something against the law, the judiciary will come and stop it. Understood? For example, recently UGC one equity law was there. Okay, discrimination based on caste or something. Okay, that Supreme Court has nullified. They have asked them to stop it. Okay, so anything government is doing which is against the law, they'll stop it. So independency of the judiciary, supremacy of the constitution, or the people rule, you can say. Okay, these are the concept of democracy. Okay, that is what the elections is happening. Okay, so we have political, social, and economic democracy. All kinds of democracy is there. Okay. Nature of the Indian state. One more example is, already I told you, republic is there, sovereign is there, then socialist is there. Now, republic means what? Now, republic and democratic, a lot of people will get confused. Always remember, republic is on 26th January 1950, India become republic. Okay, so that is the time the concept of president is coming. Okay, the head of the state. Who is the head of the state? It is not the prime minister who is the head of the state. President is the head of the state. Okay, and he is elected by the people. Please note down this point. Whenever we have an elected head of the state, then we can call that country as a republic country. So India is a republic country because the president is elected by the people, even though it is indirect election. Okay, so political sovereignty vested with the people. Public offices are open to all citizens. Now we have a women president. Okay, she's not the first woman president. Okay, she's a tribal woman. Okay, and we had president coming from scheduled caste also, scheduled tribes also, Sikh president also we had. Understood? So anybody can hold any public office. That is also meaning is republic. Okay, so without any discrimination. Like for example, in UK, if I want to compare, UK is democratic means I will say yes, democratic. They have an election. Please write down. UK is democratic. They have an election. But that is not republic because the head of the state is queen or the king and they come from particular family only. Okay, nobody else can come to that position. Understood? So they have a head of the state as hereditary. Hereditary. Okay. Father, mother, son, grandson, like that, they'll go from the same family. Understood? So that is why UK is monarchy. Monarchy, they are not republic. They are not republic. Whereas India is republic. Okay, the president can be from any caste, any creed, any religion. Okay, and moreover, he is elected. That is why India is. So whenever somebody is asking, say India is republic means what? Don't bring democracy and confuse. Democracy means we have a people rule. The government is elected by the people. But republic means the head of the state, in this case president, is elected by the people, even though it is indirect. Okay, a country can be democratic but not republic. Okay, for example, UK is democratic but not republic. India is a country which is both. So we can say any country which is republic, it is always democratic. But any country which is democratic, which is, cannot be a or need not be a republic. Okay, shall we proceed? Now, coming to justice, we have three types of justice. SEP, already told you. Social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Okay, so this concept is taken from Russian Revolution. Already told you, fraternity is taken from French Revolution. This is from Russian Revolution. So social justice means what? No discrimination of the people based on the caste, creed, gender, religion, anything. Okay, so no discrimination. This is actually we have achieved this. For example, untouchability is abolished in India. In fundamental right under Article 17, we are saying untouchability is abolished. Then also a lot of civil protection law is there. Untouchable is not bailable. All these are. So social justice we have achieved. Economic justice we could not achieve. We are striving towards. For example, by 2047, we are going to become a Vikshit Bharat. Vikshit Bharat. So 100 years from the independence, maybe at that time India becomes an economic justice also. Economic justice means everybody having a decent standard of living, poverty is not there. All these are possible thing, but economic justice we are trying only. Okay, we are trying to reduce the inequalities in income or wealth. Okay, political justice we have achieved. Okay, that is what universal adult franchise. Anybody can vote in the election whoever is above the 18. So there are justice mentioned in the preamble. Yes, what type of justice? SEP, social, economic and political. Social we have achieved, economic we are trying towards it, and political we have achieved. Now that means whatever mentioned in the preamble, if I don't get it, still I can go to the constitution. Still I can believe the constitution. Okay. In other words, I can say, I cannot go to the court and say that, sir, economic justice mentioned in the preamble. I am not getting a job, or I am jobless. So ask the government to give me a job. That kind of enforceability is not possible. So basically, preamble is there. Okay. Preamble is existing, but preamble is not justiciable. One example is this. Okay. Economic justice is mentioned, but I cannot go to the court and say that economic justice is mentioned, I don't have a job. Understood the point? So economic justice is there, but we are trying towards it. Okay, so overall, preamble is not justiciable. Okay, now come to the important Trinity. What is Trinity? We talked about equality, okay, fraternity, and equality I didn't talk about. Okay, so equality means what? Absence of any privileges, okay, equal treatment of this one. This is actually a fundamental right. Article 14 to 18, please write down. We'll discuss the fundamental right also. Article 14 to 18, fundamental right is a right to equality. Liberty is basically fundamental right. Okay, Article 19. Freedom is there. Freedom of thought, expression, faith. This you have to memorize here, no other way. Okay, what are the freedoms we have got? We have got freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Okay, then we got fraternity, brotherhood. I told you again already. Dignity of individual, unity and integrity of the nation. This we have taken from French Revolution. Okay, so apart from this justice, apart from the concept of republic, socialist, and this one democratic, okay, secularism, we also have three important concepts: equality, liberty, and fraternity. Okay, equality means no discrimination, everybody is equal in the eyes of the law. That we have already achieved because it is a fundamental right. Okay, liberty means freedom. Okay, yes, freedom of thought, freedom of faith, belief, and worship. So this they will ask you, and they may ask you in the same order also. That is why I say you memorize the preamble itself. Okay, fraternity is also we're talking about. Okay, now there was one issue. Okay, in the beginning of the this one Constitution 1916. Okay, when the case went to the Supreme Court, Berubari case, in that they said preamble is just a preface here. Okay, do you read a preamble on every day? We don't read a preamble every day. So preamble is not a part of the Constitution. Okay, so in 1960, the Supreme Court of India, the Honorable Supreme Court of India, has said that preamble is just for a namesake there. It is not a part of the constitution. Okay, there is no source or substantive of power. For example, it doesn't give you power, doesn't take away your power. It is there simplicity, but it is a philosophical document. It is identity of the constitution. It provides nature of the constitution, nature of the state. So all things are there, but still in 1960, the Supreme Court held that it is not a part of the constitution. But in 1973, very landmark judgment where they pronounced that basic structure concept also, they reversed their own judgment and said, oh, we are sorry. Okay, in 1973, the Supreme Court is saying that preamble is integral part of the constitution and the parliament can amend it also. Okay, so that is what is given, and they reaffirmed in 1995 in the LIC case also that it is an integral part of India. So the story is, originally in 1960, the Supreme Court said preamble is not a part of the constitution, but in 1973 in the Kesavananda Bharati case, they are saying it is a part of the constitution and the parliament can amend it. And in 1995 they reaffirmed it. Then in 1972 they are amending it also. Okay, right now 1976 actually, they are by 42nd amendment they amended it also. Okay, look at this. Okay, what are things they have added? Okay, remember this, SSI. Socialist word was added, secular word was added, and integrity word was added. So SSI, three important words were added into the preamble by the 42nd amendment in 1976, and that was the only time. When the preamble was amended. Okay, and this was also based on the Sardar Swaran Singh committee recommendation. Please write down that point. Okay, and coming to preamble, sir, is it justiciable? Can I go to the court if I did not get anything? It is not justiciable. Okay, it's there for the namesake. It is not justiciable. Okay, can we amend the constitution? Yes, we can amend the constitution. Sir, amend the preamble, and we have already amended by 42nd amendment. In the 42nd amendment, socialist, secular, and integrity, these three words were added. Okay, and that also on the recommendation of Swaran Singh committee. Okay, now perspective of the preamble. Okay, it is these are the words you can remember. At least you can use this in the mains writing. Okay, so it is a horoscope of the constitution. They are not going to ask who said this. Okay, KM Munshi, soul of the constitution. It is identity card of the constitution. It is thought or a dream of a so long. All these are something they are giving about the preamble. Okay, this can be prelims question also. It can be a mains question also. Okay, so what is summary? It is a we the people, popular sovereignty, and people are giving this to themselves. It is source of authority, and this one you remember, triple S DR, remember. Okay, sovereign, social, secular, democratic, and remember triple S is mnemonic you can use. Triple S DR. Then objectives of the constitution: justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The integral part of the constitution, 1973, they said, and they said it is amendable. By 42nd amendment, we amended it also. That time we used SSI. Of course, the preamble is not justiciable. Okay, so this is the total summary. Okay, and Berubari case, they said it is not a part of the constitution, but they said it is a part of the constitution. Okay, and only one time we have amended. That time this SSI we have added. Okay, so for aspiration, justice is there, equality is there, liberty is there, secularism is also there. Okay, and these are the 5 heads of republic: democratic, secularism, socialist, and so. Socialist means India is not having socialism. It's not a government-owned mixed economy we have. The source of authority is a people. Okay, questions are coming from the preamble. Don't take it lightly. In prelims also and mains also, this is possible. Okay, hope you enjoyed the preamble. See you in another class. Thank you very much. Bye bye.